So I came to Nectar New York City for a reason that's probably more common than people admit. I've been dealing with bloating for a while and I wanted real answers. Not guesses, not trends, just clarity. My visit was about understanding my body better, seeing if lactose intolerance plays a role, and learning how small changes can actually make a big difference for me. So stay tuned if you're thinking about doing something similar and to get it checked out, I recommend Nectar. I'm going to show you their space, the consultation, and anything education they explain with you.
See that you have tattoos. We can work around the tattoos. Typically, we like bare skin, but I will make it work for you today, okay?
If you guys are coming into Nectar, make sure that you're not tatted like me.
Or we could use a untatted place like the back or something.
There you
like
go.
That.
Make sure your back's clean, bro. No tats.
Has a sharpened edge,
Yes, you.
right?
So it's not a needle.
So there's no needle, so there's no metal,
Okay.
and there's no hollow point.
So like I said, guys, if you're less tatted, it's better.
If you're less at it,
Yeah.
it's easier to interpret, not necessarily.
And save your money. You know what I mean? Like, art's cool, but bro, just invest.
Just invest. Okay. So this looks like they're different ages, right? So this
Correct,
looks
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's maybe several years apart.
Several years. You're
This
right.
is probably a little bit older.
Definitely, yeah. And it used to be like where I used to go, and how much money I had.
Okay.
So every new country I traveled, there was something.
So it's like a memory.
It is a memory.
Okay. Let's do
Okay.
one thing right here, like so.
And guys, from a scale 1 to 10, this is like 4
like a-
for me.
4. Okay.
Yeah.
4.
As in the pain threshold.
As in pain threshold.
Mhm.
Okay.
And he was really gentle, the doctor.
We're trying to be. There's a lot of ways you can
Hurt someone?
do that so that actually you moisturized.
Oh yes, I do. As I said, my wife's in the skin industry,
Yes.
so
Let's do.
is that shouldn't you moisturize when
No,
you're
you
done?
should moisturize.
Okay,
There's
yeah,
nothing
yeah.
wrong with that. It just
Yeah.
it makes application of writing a little bit harder,
Yes, okay.
which is just
Mhm.
Let's see, how many foods should we do?
So how many did we poke right now? Is that one?
Everything is in multiples of 10.
Okay,
Now there are other skin tests that are in multiples of 8, but this happens to be multiples of 10.
okay.
Okay. So in theory, you could do anything you want in multiples of 10, or you can do them individually. I personally find it's easier to do in multiples because if I do it individually, it's more uncomfortable.
Okay.
So those we reserve for like little kids who are more squiddish, but for adults we tend to do this. We tend to do this a lot in multiples of 10. So here we go is another one. Ready?
I'm ready.
And we're going to try to avoid gentle rocking. We're trying to avoid the
And you're just marking for your knowledge.
yeah.
Okay.
And you get a little you get a printout of what's on there. Each well has a designation to it, right?
Okay. And each well, I like that.
Correct.
Are there any side effects in terms of?
Yes, the most
Right
common
now.
side effect is nothing. The second most common side effect is if you have a positive reaction, it may look like a tiny mosquito bite. It's a temporary, what's called a wheel and a flare, like a little itch reaction that happens in there. And it lasts for 10-15 minutes at the most. And you can see it develop as time goes on.
Perfect.
Let's do...
Do you want me to turn my arm? No.
Yeah, you're okay. I just want to make sure we don't have gravity impact the whole thing. So in your case, we're trying strongly to avoid your beautiful artwork on there. And this
Now
way-
what happens if it touches the tats?
Nothing.
Okay.
It's harder to see. So the tats basically, ideally you want, nothing happens at all. It's just that it's a lot, this is so that there's no spillage over.
Okay.
It's a lot harder to interpret the result. Now, if you have a big result, it's very easy to see. It's the small, subtle results that are harder to interpret. Okay, then remove the excess. Okay, now we'll leave this on here like so.
So how many did we just prick?
We just did, we did 3. So,
Okay.
right, so it's 3 multiples of 10.
Okay, so 30.
And then we're going to have to find a little more skin surface area. Oh, wow. Okay. This is when you came to the...
My first time family trip in US.
That was what year?
2000.
I think it's on here maybe, no?
2014, 2015 as a family trip. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I've been here before that for business.
Obviously. Let's do a little more.
And this can't be done on legs or...
You could do it anywhere you
Anywhere.
want, as long as you have skin, right? Just
Okay.
most of the time it's easiest to do. So most people do either forearms, arms, sometimes you do it on your back,
Yeah,
depending on the
yeah,
person
yeah.
and depending on the surface area,
Yeah.
right? You could do it anywhere, but
And I've seen
yeah.
people on social media where someone's literally was feeling dizzy while doing it.
Yeah, so you can actually get, so some people have a paradoxical reaction where
Okay.
you're
From the pricking? Or
from the fear of pricking,
yeah, okay.
right? So you know how people get lightheaded when they get blood work done?
Correct. Yeah, yeah.
Some people.
Okay, okay.
That's usually called a vasovagal response,
Okay.
meaning you involve the autonomic nervous system and basically have a temporary fall in blood pressure.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
that's why so people break out in cold sweats
Okay.
and they feel dizzy.
Okay.
That is a physiologic response and it's mediated by the autonomic nervous system.
Okay.
So the flight or flight response,
Yeah.
the opposite of that, so it's flight or flight, that's the sympathetic nervous system, and then you have the parasympathetic nervous system, which is usually autonomic. And that's why people feel dizzy or can faint spontaneously
Okay.
in some cases, right? So, for example, people that see blood faint,
Yes.
people that get blood drawn also faint.
Okay.
So people basically, the sensation of pricking of the skin, I don't want to say it scares because it's not a conscious thing. It's
Yeah.
the fear of
Yeah.
things. It's not a conscious
Yeah.
thing, right?
So
Which is
you're
why-
gonna be good. So
Which
so
is
don't
why
worry.
most of the people that are being examined are always seated,
Yeah.
and they have their.
So we're well seated, as you can see. Business class. Or not A350. Let's just say it's an A350.
A350, not A380.
You're not A380. Mm-hmm. Very nice.
Okay, hang on one second.
No sweats. I'm
No,
pretty
no
good.
sweats. You're doing great. You're not going to have a reaction. You would have had it by now if that was the case.
And also, I'm just chewing gum. Cool, man.
Yeah, you can chew all the gum you like.
So far, we all good.
So far, you'll be all great. The only thing you may feel a little bit is some itching.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why that's the case is because you're supposed to have at least 2 spots that are slightly itchy.
Okay.
Those are called the control spots. Anytime and every time you have a test such as this one, you always want to have a positive control and a negative control.
Okay.
And the positive control is always positive, the negative control is always negative, meaning
Yes.
you can prove that the test itself is working.
It's like when you get the flu vaccine and you get sick because you know it's working.
More or less, yes. So basically what ends up happening is the positive control in this case is always histamine, and then the negative control is almost always saline. And what the premise behind it is that the positive control is basically demonstrate the fact that your skin is able to make a wheal and a flare,
Okay.
right? Otherwise, you can't tell if the test itself is working properly as it's meant to be.
And the oil color difference?
So
not
that's-
not
so-
switching subjects, but
Yes,
switching subjects.
You were switching subjects. So the reason why it was different is because natural extracts
Okay.
tend to have color to them.
Wow.
So depending on what you're testing,
Okay.
it's going to have a color.
Different. Okay.
Yes. So nothing is 100% clear. As you can tell from most of these wells, they have different hues of either, light, transparent, or golden, or yellowish, or orangey, or brownish, and that's nature for you.
The oils remind me like I'm in a Dubai perfume shop.
The perfumery shop, yes.
A lab.
So if you think about it, most of the stuff that's in a Dubai perfume shop is also extract. So
Correct.
those are usually organic extracts of either flowers or fragrant substances like woods
Yeah.
and what have you, right?
All the different oils. Yeah.
And
I think
they
I'm,
are extracted.
Leaking.
I'm gonna make sure you fix the leaking right now. Okay. So they are extracted via a natural extraction method.
Yep.
Okay. Now you
So
know
we're
this.
like properly like in a lab.
Well, this
How
is
did
like
this even come up?
A makeshift lab. This has been around
So-
for a long time.
So let me rephrase. Like
Please.
how
Please relax your arm.
previously, like say a decade ago,
Yeah.
how
No,
did
it's
people
more than
check
a decade.
allergy? More,
So
more?
the skin prick method has been used for
Yeah.
more than 50 years.
Okay.
Okay. So there are, as I was mentioning earlier, there's one, two, three, four different ways for testing you for allergies. So if we're testing you for inhalant allergies, meaning things that are airborne,
Yeah.
usually do I don't know if you've ever had a PPD test before.
No, what's that?
A PPD test is when you test for tuberculosis.
Okay. Yeah, never.
So that's called an intradermal skin prick test instead of a epicutaneous skin prick test.
Okay.
You can also do a blood test, which is called an immunocap or a CAP-RAS test. It basically looks for a specific antibody of the IgE variety against a airborne allergen or a food allergen. And then the last thing you can do is you can actually do what's called a patch test.
Okay.
And that tends to test you for like skincare product allergies. So
Okay.
for example, let's say you develop an allergy to
A cream.
a cream,
Yeah.
right, that you use in your skincare.
Yeah.
The way you would test for that is usually via patch test.
Oh, yeah.
And those tend to be applied to the largest surface area you have around,
Okay.
and they tend to be applied for about a 24 to 48 hour window, and then they get removed and they get red. And then they may get repeated one more time in another 72 hours.
Okay.
So you have two ways of pricking the skin, either epicutaneous skin prick test or intradermal skin test. You have a blood test through a laboratory, or you have a patch test if you're suspecting a contact allergen, such as a cream or hair
Shower
dye
gel,
or
yeah,
perfume or conditioner, fabric softener, preservatives found in cosmetic products, etc.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a timer on my phone. I'm going to let you be for another 10 to 12 minutes.
Are we done?
Well, no, we're not done.
Yeah.
We have to read this.
Okay.
And then we have to...
So what did you do in terms of like, because I know I signed up for the food and the allergies.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
So are we doing that in phases or is just like as you
So
go?
if you noticed over here earlier, each one of these things has a name.
Okay.
Right? So each well has a name. So you have well A, and then you have AF, BF, CF, D, E, and FF. So 50 of those wells are, actually 60 of those wells are foods, and one of those wells is controls with inhalant allergies.
Okay.
And so you had the reason why we did it this way, by the way, is because you came and complained mostly of food problems.
Yeah.
It didn't come to me and say I am sneezing or congested or having itchy, watery eyes or scratchy throat, or my throat is hurting, or I'm having post-nasal drip and so forth.
Okay.
So we customized it based on your symptoms. We're not just screening you blindly.
Guys, remember that.
Would you do me a favor though?
Tell me.
Since you're here and you're a captive audience, I owe it to you to at least... Would you do me a favor and just say for me? It looks like you do use a beard oil, correct? Close, relax, please. Do you always wear glasses?
Most of the day, yes.
Okay.
You're gonna find out if I'm bionic.
Do me a favor and breathe through your mouth. So my other question is, do you happen to snore?
Not since I lost my weight, according to my wife. So I was much larger. Let's just say I was a waist 38. I'm 32 now.
Amazing.
Yeah. The transformation happened early 2000. Oh wait, mid 2000.
So this is a makeshift abdominal exam, where in other words, I'm actually not... Normally most people, when you do a proper abdominal exam, everybody else is lying down because you need to relax the musculature.
Okay.
In your case, all I'm doing is I'm listening for normal sounds
to my lunch.
to your lunch, making its way through the intestines. And the only thing you can opine on at this point is the fact that you have
Eating rice.
normal. Okay. And the other thing is they're not hyperactive, meaning they have normal cadence to them.
Okay.
Excellent. Okay.
So what is it? Okay. Stomach
So,
sounds.
so
How many months?
technically it's the abdomen, right?
Yeah.
So stomach is actually an organ that sits right
Oh,
here.
yeah.
in
Okay.
your
I thought it
chest.
was a little. Okay.
It's right about there,
Okay.
right? And so you have esophagus that goes down here. It's about the size of your fist. It has a bit of a curvature to it and empties into the small intestine and then into other portions of the small intestine into the life. So basically here is mostly the
Interesting.
is mostly the portion of the small intestine and mostly large intestine.
Okay.
Right?
The crap.
So this is the abdomen.
Yeah.
The stomach technically is in right
Okay.
around
Wow.
here.
Okay. Yeah. Wow.
Which is the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So far so good. If I were doing a medical school exam, they would fail me,
Okay.
and they would tell me that the reason why they would fail me is because you're supposed to be lying down and you're supposed to be looking at the thing. But that's not what we're here for. We're not assessing for the size of the liver or the spleen or anything like that. So I'm going to give you a little bit of time.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask you not to scratch. Something
Okay.
should feel a little bit itchy.
Okay. Fine. I won't scratch it.
Good. I'll be back.
Okay. So far so good. You know, just is of course like a lot of the information that one receives here, you know, coming from not a doctor background or anything in that sort, the terminology or the vocabulary is definitely way different, but you're more aligned to what the individual is telling you. My main concern is that like here I want to get checked, you know, if this is a dairy related, if I have issues, because all my life since not all my life, since I moved here, I've definitely wanted to know what's happening, you know, from a dietary aspect. So let's see what happens. Stay tuned.
So here's my one control. Here is my other one first positive result. So the one thing you do have a reaction to currently is to the, it's, I don't know if you can tell, but so if you put your finger right here,
Okay.
you run your finger through this. Okay. So it's bumpy.
Yeah.
And this is also bumpy.
Yeah.
And so what we do with this is we tend to measure it. And because you're moisturized,
Yep.
we're going to use,
So I just checked it with my finger when the camera was off, and it's a bit raised.
right? So here's your control. This is going to be measured in terms of size, but it's already positive.
Okay.
And okay, that's there.
What does that mean though?
So these are what's called positive reactions, right? So this is called a wheel and a flare. So it's red, it is
Flare.
raised,
Okay.
and in some cases it can be itchy, depending on the person. Obviously, itch is a subjective experience, right? So this is, we're only looking at the objective part. So what we can tell you is that it's red and it's raised, and then you can actually measure its diameter.
Can be inflamed but not scratchy.
Yeah, so the scratchy is depending on how intrinsically itchy you feel.
So I don't
right?
feel itchy at all.
Good, that's fine.
So inflamed could be just my body's like fighting it.
No. So it's actually not like that.
Like a mosquito bite, I would assume.
Yes, so mosquito bites actually are generated in the same principle. So if you give me your finger again, so I'll show you what a negative response looks like. So I don't know if you can tell. So all this stuff.
I'm feeling for raises.
Right.
But they hardly.
Right, because there aren't that many raises.
But
So
this one is more
This one is raised
prominent.
and this one is raised,
Yeah, more
right?
prominent, yeah.
Right.
100%.
So you have a
This is like a mosquito bite.
good positive control and a dust.
Okay.
And then the next question is now you have to interpret the rest of these reactions. And I don't want to make them too subjective. I want to make them somewhat objective. I ideally would have done this. Now, sometimes there are actually little devices that you can use to measure things. So they'll give you millimeters. 5, 5, you're looking at another 5. When did you have pets, my friend?
I've had pets all my life, but my own pet, a dog since 9 years.
This can wait.
Yeah.
I've had like birds,
Birds too.
parrots, fish, lobsters, crayfish.
Lobsters as pets.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I mean, they're in the tank. They're
Right,
chilling,
right.
doing their thing. The question was, when is the last time or if I'm around cats?
And you said
Hardly.
hardly.
Hmm.
Only a lot of lobsters, huh?
Yeah.
That's right. What are you doing?
Yeah, looks like it.
A lot of dogs every day, because there's a lot of dogs in our building, but I don't
That's 3.
touch them. One of my clients, she owns a doggy daycare, so
She owns a doggy daycare.
she's in our building, and I'm
Okay.
consulting her quite often
For the doggy wellness.
for the doggy daycare. But I don't play with a lot of dogs. It's just mainly my dog, and our home's pretty clean every day. It's been cleaned. And he's cleaned every time that he goes in and out of the house.
Then it's fine. It's not serious.
By 3.
I'm sharing this because now I know what I'm dealing with. I never knew I was allergic to egg whites. I still consume egg whites because I love sunny side up eggs. But apparently, for my body to be better from terms of gut, etc., is that I shouldn't be consuming egg whites. So I'm tolerant to it. I'm not allergic to it. I also found out that certain dog breeds, not specific any dog breeds, but I'm allergic to their hair, and dairy is fine with me. So I've been off dairy for a while, or I've been looking after my body. So the doctor advised me that your system might have rebooted, and so you're not as bad to dairy as anymore. And yeah, roaches and dust, which is why anyone else in the world shouldn't be allergic to them, but everyone. But yeah, dust and roaches came up as prominent allergies. I recommend Nectar 100%. The whole process was great. So I clearly would recommend you guys going ahead and doing it. Pain is nothing in my opinion. It's, if you have tattoos, that's way more painful than that. So yeah, do it. Take care of your body, whether it's 2026 or whenever. Just make sure you do this for your betterment. Peace.